going to do things a little differently this week. We're actually going to do bite-sized chunks of video, one per book, instead of all in one big segment. So you can actually choose which issue you would like to watch a review of.
Yeah, so you don't have to cut through all the BS.
All right, so let's do it. Let's change it up. Let's start with Black Vortex.
We're going to start with Black Vortex for you people. Right here we got Chapter 4.
Wait, this is Dave's book.
This is definitely Dave's.
Black Vortex.
Yeah.
Chapter 4.
All new
swirly motions.
All new X-Men 38.
Oh man, don't do that. I drank too much for you to do that.
That bottle is gone.
Yeah.
You can't.
We drank that whole bottle.
No.
Yes, we did.
We drank,
Took all three of us to carry that out of the truck.
yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
I feel like I didn't get enough of
Oh
it.
man.
And actually
yeah,
order.
Black Vortex Chapter 4.
Jack Daniels actually lets you order entire barrels. You can order yeah.
I'm trying to
actually-
talk about space and shit here, man.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Go for it, Dave.
Yeah,
Let's-
Black Vortex Volume 4, all new X-Men issue number 38. This was a visual feast for the eyes. The graphics and layout in this cannot be understated. You can really tell that Andrea Sorrentino really cut her teeth in the graphic design world. Lots of great layouts, lots of great...
That's actually a male.
Oh.
Yeah. Just thought
Oh, Andre?
Yeah, I made the same mistake. That's why I'm
okay.
telling you. Yeah.
My apologies, Mr. Sorrentino.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, you've definitely worked up your great graphic design game, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Lots of great energy. The eye lines are great. The flow is awesome. Lots of nice color shifting for emphasis. Yeah. We get to see some of what the cosmic powered crew has in store for their newly acquired treasure. They of course plan to spread this great gospel of the Black Vortex through the universe and plan to hyper-evolutionate this particular planet, and then BAM! Big-ass hammer of the Kree comes clanging down. So, short-lived supremacy for their group.
What did you think about the issue, Dave?
I thought it was fantastic.
You really like?
Yeah, lots of great action. The art was phenomenal. Really get to see where this thing might be headed. We've got a new faction introduced in the form of the Kree, and to tie it all up, Mr. Cyclops shows up once again to out of the blue to save our heroes' butts.
The younger, right?
That's what
I'm assuming so. Yeah, it does not. He does not appear to be the self-imposed exile Cyclops of his standalone series.
Could be wrong about this, but I believe that Cyclops the younger attached himself to the to Corsair and the Starjammers. That's what it kind of looks like. He's been traveling with them because Corsair is actually his father.
Yeah.
So
I knew that.
And he didn't even find that out until he was already leading the X-Men, the original Cyclops.
Yeah.
Wow.
You get the impression, I think maybe even older Cyclops said, okay, you're here now, the best thing for you is to go spend time with your father, who is alive and in space.
So all of this, so after all this stuff, it's going to change him, and then he's going to end up not killing Professor X.
Yeah, right. Wait, Professor X is dead?
What? Huh?
Snap.
I don't.
What else, Dave? Or is that it?
A couple of panels of note. First off, the opening 2-page spread. I want a poster of this without the dialogue balloons.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it is an awesome.
Of space.
Yeah. Space with triangles.
Yeah.
Like basically from Beast's perspective, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
from what he sees.
It's very cool.
Yes.
Very strong images in this.
Yes. Yeah.
I really liked the tableau with them, the three of them on the following page. Beast kind of posted up there on this tiny little asteroid, and that was really cool. Let's see. I really did like the little color shifted boxes within the panels to kind of draw your focus on what's going on.
Yeah. I was such a fan of the boxes, the little smaller boxes when they weren't changing the color. Like the one with Jean Grey is kind of interesting, where it shows she almost looks like a zombie or something.
Yeah.
That one did kind of put me off. That was one that did kind of feel like it wasn't quite.
The others weren't that great either. Like they show people, I guess people that are arriving. You know, where it has like the shaky cam in movies, and it's like, oh, look over there, and it zooms in, and there's something coming. I didn't like that effect. It looked like some crumbs. I mean, if you zoom in on it in the digital app, it's still not really. It's like, what are we looking at here? Just a bunch of specks.
Yeah,
that didn't work for me.
Sorrentino is definitely I think they gave him some artistic freedom here because he's definitely trying some things that are not very that aren't used very often in sequential art. So I think they gave him a little bit of freedom, and I think some of it works, and then I think some of it really doesn't. Like like the panels inside panels, that is pretty cool. But whenever you have those ones where it's just red, like red, white, and black.
Yeah.
That's cool. Whenever you're trying to, like, it's saying this is very impactful. Those are strong colors.
Put emphasis on it.
Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah. There's a lot of contrast in those colors too. Mm-hmm. It's a very bright red, and then black and white are completely opposite. But he does it too much.
Yeah, it did seem like it was overused.
You need to do that, like
if you put emphasis on too many things,
exactly.
You lose the emphasis.
Yeah, probably like one or two times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because after so many times, you're like, well, is this really as impactful as it's displaying?
Right.
So, I mean, it is a cool and it is a cool little
device
technique, as you know. Yeah. But it was in my opinion, I think it was used a little bit too much. Yeah. But So
two things in particular disappointed me in this issue. Maybe it's the same with you. Nobody transformed, and up till now, everyone's transformed one transformation per book in each chapter. Just keep going. So that was kind of a bummer. And also, I'm sorry, before Gamora is transformed, no way Ronan takes her out.
No.
Just no way. She's
far
more capable. Man, I mean, Ronan's a hoss, but Gamora is every bit as equal in the melee department. Even with the spaceship bearing down on her, I think. That didn't work.
Especially with her cosmically powered up. I mean, that
not
kind
of
rang false.
But it was kind of cool, he's showing up, beating her down, and with the chain especially. I'm just going to wrap a chain around this and strap it to my back.
I disagree. I thought it was awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. And though nobody changed in this issue, I am wanting, hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and cross my fingers. I hope Ronan uses the mirror before they get to him.
That'd be cool.
It would provide a unifying enemy.
You know what I think would be a lot cooler, and like I thought about this and I was like, oh man, what's it if the Supreme Intelligence uses the mirror?
Oh my gosh, that could be disastrous.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the hell he'd turn into. I mean, give him a bigger jar.
Wings. Black Vortex gives you wings.
Whenever I first read it, I was a bit confused about Mr. Knife, his base, his ship.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah.
There's no pickup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where did these guys fuck off to?
Yeah, they showed up at the end, blew everybody to hell, and disappeared right at the beginning. Felt a little uneven story-wise in that.
Well, you would expect it at this point to kind of pick up story wise, you know. I mean, like
it's time to hit the gas.
Yeah, the other issues were a lot more lighthearted, I guess.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, but you can still do that
Mm-hmm.
and not change so many things. Like it took a very drastic change in this issue.
Yeah.
I think
Artistically, it took a big change.
Yeah.
Story wise, it's not.
I think story wise it was a bit on the downside,
especially when you have
I think it was because the introduction of too many characters.
Not only that, but you have these 3 Black Vortex empowered people just showing up on the Kree homeworld and blowing everything to hell.
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning of the issue, Beast is like, I'm going to use my powers to bring peace to the galaxy. 4 pages later, he's blowing up downtown.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't boy. I mean, I don't really have a problem with it being like so much more dramatic. The problem I have with it is that the 3 issues before that weren't like that. It's just a change, you know.
Well,
and you know,
like you mentioned last
I kind
week,
of like what
you mentioned last week that so far they'd found artists, or it just so happened they had artists that all kind of had the same tone,
same style.
And they totally broke that with this.
I think I talked about that. Well, not in the podcast last week. I mentioned it that I read somewhere that they're actually starting the story backwards, as far as the story goes. They have the ending in sight, and then they're just filling in the lines.
In the writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
This could be just one of the ones that didn't hit.
Like at the beginning of the comic, it talks about how everyone who's seen the Black Vortex, how they can make everything right with the universe, and how like they can show all these like it talks about how the other beings are like just normal going through their lives, and how they can show them how much more they could be.
Yeah.
And so,
or they could kill them all.
Yeah. So I mean that's really like.
I mean, our first example was, it drove a species to self-extinction. So,
and that's very. I mean, that's cool. But the point I'm trying to make is that they didn't start with that direction. You know, the episode before, Beast was looking all evil and crazy and and then it just changed back to we all of a sudden have this big freaking idea of how to make the universe right. You know?
Yeah.
Well, if they wanted to start it with that in Alpha, then cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I kind of like that. Yeah. But it just switched real fast.
Well, his idea of peace also could be all life extinguished. Yeah. That's the type of peace in and of itself. And it could also be, I mean, as we saw before, like you were saying, Dave, might makes right. And if you're like, we have the ideas, we have the power, and if you don't like this, our plan, there's no room for you.
We're gonna dive down and nuke your downtown.
Where would you put Angel's place amongst them? Because Beast has all the wisdom, Gamora has all the power.
Yeah, he's kind of like a wild card.
I don't think it doesn't seem like Beast and Gamora's powers. I mean, she seems to kind of be hovering, but it seems like it could be Angel's powers that are getting them from planet to planet. You know, maybe because he's got the wings and the shooting energy beams.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he's got some kind of...
I mean, who knows? I mean, they haven't really explored their new powers.
Yeah, they're just
completely at all yet.
Blowing everything up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
All in all, I think it was a great issue.
I really liked it.
I loved it.
A lot of people did like this issue. They did like kind of the change that it is kind of picking up more steam. And I mean, I guess I like that. It's just so different from the other 3.
Yeah.
You know, it was just such a sharp
contrast.
Yeah, in everything, in the art, the story. So I mean,
major left turn.
I mean, I enjoyed reading it, but it was just it didn't go with the rest of the series, unfortunately.
Well, they threw a curveball at me last time when the panel of Thanos showed up.
Yeah.
And this time they threw another one at me whenever, just out of nowhere, just clocks her right in the head.
Yeah.
Ronan.
Yeah.
The image of him strapping the mirror on his back and then just walking away. It was awesome.
I'd like to mention that they did mention in this comic a little something about the Phoenix Force.
That is true.
So
might have a little bit of foreshadowing there.
Jean being the last one to accept the power.
Yeah.
They also had to shoehorn in
cool.
a scene between Shadowcat and Star-Lord. Just kind of shoved in there. And thankfully, Bendis he knows humorous writing, so he makes it kind of funny. But you've been talking to my mom.
Yeah, the writing was.
Nice.
I mean,
I
the writing.
Right, I'm talking to your mom.
The writing was pretty decent. A little bit too many one-liners for me.
Really?
Yeah, like too many characters. Okay.
Yeah.
Flarkin.
Yeah.
It is compelling, if nothing else. It's a page turner, so.
Yeah.
And still, not all the characters are really getting a hearsay.
No, they're not. There's too many.
Nova didn't get much.
Still haven't seen Mr. Venom.
Oh, Venom.
Still haven't seen him show up.
Still there?
Or
He died. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
He died in the space fish space
Blast.
Yeah.
It was fire, he said.
Uh-oh.
So, I give it like a nah. It was enjoyable. I can't wait for next issue, of course.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it. It wasn't great. For me, just because it was such a twist, just such a change from what we've been reading before.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested to see where it goes. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we don't have to wait
Pretty
long.
cool. Pretty cool.
What do you think?
Honestly, my personal pick of the week, it was
A lot of people really liked it.
2 picks of the week.
Yeah.
It was an extremely visceral read. It was firing on all cylinders visually. I did not want to stop reading it, just because it was so beautiful. And
I think I went through it.
Yeah, story wise, it might have been a little bit ho hum, but at this point you need to put your foot down and step on the gas with the story. So
that's true.
A few things might have been left by the wayside or mishandled, but I think it's picking up quite nicely, and like you said, can't wait to get some more of it.
Yeah.
Let's make our guesses right now. Our predictions. Same artist, next book, or no? Same title. All New X-Men 39.
Yeah.
Yep.
Artist on it?
I do.
Probably, yeah.
50-50.
You're saying
I'm going to say more like 99-1.
As to no,
not
a chance that they're gonna.
Actually,
I'd be a new artist.
I've actually read about this, and I think Sorrentino actually came on because of this, because all new X-Men number 37 actually hasn't been released yet.
No way.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
That it's been delayed.
Oh,
but
wow.
they couldn't. Yes. Yeah. So the actual individual all new X-Men story has been
postponed.
Has been postponed, but they couldn't postpone Black Vortex.
Why didn't they just?
So they brought him in here.
They didn't know it would be postponed until they'd already done the advertisements for the series.
I don't know.
For the crossover.
I don't know, but yeah,
they could just make this 37.
It's all online, and they're like, "What happened to 37? Where's 37 at?"
Wow.
Yeah,
that's like minor league publication.
Wow.
Yeah.
So actually, I think 37 is coming out in 2 weeks.
Well, if you're an all new X-Men fan, that's great news because you get 3 issues in 3 weeks.
Let's do the time warp again.
Oh, 37? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket Raccoon cleans the litter box or something.
I love this series.
No, that's the Guardians.
It's my pick of the week.
You love this
awesome.
series.
I do.
Dave's pick of the week too.
I continue to love it. It's a page turner. I want more. I want more. So give me more.
He wants more.
All new X-Men 38.
He wants more of that Black Vortex.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in for this review of Black Vortex Chapter 4, All New X-Men number 38. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Pick us up next week or next episode with more comic news and reviews from your friendly intergalactic Team Squad!
Team Squad!
Team Squad! Team Squad! Team Squad! Team Squad!